Okay, hello everyone. Now let's start our lesson. Now in the weekly plan, guys, if you see that today we should take lesson 2, but lesson 1 is very long. So sometimes the weekly plan cannot be accurate due to our subjects. Some of the lessons takes 3 periods, 2 periods. Some of the lessons we will take the whole week later on. Got it? Now you are adult students and you understand that. So always stick with me. Always stick with me. The weekly plan tells you a general view what we will take this week, but not accurate 100%. Okay? Got me? Good boys. Now the last thing yesterday we talked continuous, discrete, right? We said continuous like this curve, no holes, no jumps, no gaps, no small circles. Got it? Now this is, we call it continuous function. Continuous function. Type. Second type اللي هو discrete. Discrete means no curve. It is discrete in Arabic words means متقطع. Dots. Okay. So the other type is the discrete one. XY. Discrete, not curve. This is, we call it discrete. Now, this C is silent, don't mention it, okay? Now, the last type, which is the non-continuous. The non-continuous. Like this one, for example. See, we have a gap, right? Gap, something empty. So this we call it not continuous function, okay? Now, there is an idea I need to tell you about it, which is the intervals. The intervals, okay? Now, for example, here, if I have this type of curves, and here the number -2. This is a curve for x, for f of x, sorry, for the function. The function, you know the function? Good. The function means algebraic expression. We put domain, then we have range, and we make table, and we plot the points here. Then we connect the points. We have this curve, right? Now, why this circle is here, for example? This circle here means this curve of f of x, the curve of f of x or the function of f of x is not defined at x equal -2. Not defined means if you put -2 in f of x, you will get undefined value. For example, assume, I'm assuming, to understand the idea of this circle, assume that f of x equal 1 over x plus 2. 1 over x plus 2, and I want to put -2 in this f of -2, right? Means I'm substituting -2 in f of x to see what happens, right? It will be 1 over -2 plus 2, which is 1 over what? 0. 1 over 0 is undefined value. That's why the curve of f of x, you will find a small circle where in -2. At this case, what we will say? We say that f of x is not continuous in all the real numbers. Got it? Is not continuous on all the real numbers. Why? Because there is a real number has a problem with it. Has a problem with it. Got it? فهمنا هذه الcircle? Good. Now let's continue in our box. An example. B. Which one? Yeah. Yes. مستر أول شيء اجلس كويس. أنا هاي الجلسة ما تعجبني. Yeah. Now f of x, this is assuming. This is not the curve of f of x, but I'm assuming. Okay. F of x here 1 over x plus 2, right? Put -2. What you have down? 1 over -2 and +2, right? Which is 1 over what? 0. 1 over 0 is undefined number. That's why you will have a small circle on the numbers that have problems with the functions. Got it? فهمنا هاي small circles? Good. So once you see small circle upon a number here on x, means this function is not defined on this, has a problem with this number, okay? Fine. We said page what, give me? 7. Yeah. Yes? What? What? Yeah, I'm recording. Type. We talked about the domain, the range, the codomain, continuous, neither, discontinuous, right? And discrete. Let's go to check page 8. All of you open it, please. Yalla, we will. Check page 8, guys. Yes, but not now. Just wait. We are on check page 8, guys. Please there. Go there. Check on page 8. Now state the domain, the range of each graph in set builder and interval. Now to express the domain and the range, we can express it in many ways. We can use intervals. We can use groups. You know the groups, the sets, the set like this. This is, we call it set, مجموعة يعني group, or the intervals. Got it? Yeah. Right. Before I start with this check, guys, take a look here. When I say x from, look here, guys, x from 1 to 9, I can express this in many ways. In many ways. I can say 1, 2, 3 until 9. This is the set. Or I can say, look, x such that, this dash means what? Such that, or condition, okay? X more than or equal 1, less than or equal 9 integers, okay? Means I can express the groups in many ways, or I can say from 1 to 9. This we call it closed interval. Closed interval means the 1 and the 9 are included. Are what? Included. Assume that I want the interval. Assume that I don't want the 1 to be included. The 1 بديش إياها تكون موجودة. What I will write? I will write it like this: open in 1 and closed in 9. What's this mean? Means 1 is not included in this set, and 9 is what? Included. If I write it like this, means 1 and 9 are not included. I want the numbers which are between them. Got it? فهمنا هذه closed or open. This is a closed interval. This is, we can call it half closed or half open. It's the same. You can say half closed. You can say half open. Yes. علي صوتك. علي صوتك مو سامع. No, I'm just guessing here. I'm just assuming. That's all. It's not real. Okay. I just want you to understand this notation. This notation. Okay. What's the meaning of the bracket here? The parentheses here. This number is not included. This 9 is not included, but this 9 here included. Got it? فهمنا? Good. Yes. Yes, يا بنحكي. يا ابني, this one we call it a bracket. If you see this thing here, means this number here is included in our interval. Yes. If you see parentheses like this one, mean if this one is not included. Yes. This here, for example, this one means the 1 and the 9 are both included. Is that difficult? No. It's just a notation, shortcut, that's all. Okay? Add, it's up to you. Yes يا ابني احكي. This one, this group set group, the sign of the group. Let's go to the check and we will understand it more. Where we will use this in writing the domain and the range. Let's take this check اللي هو page 8. We have this ordered pair, coordinate plane, sorry, and we have this curve. Focus, guys. And here 1 2 3 1 2 3. Here this one here is what? 3. Okay, done. What's the meaning of this number? Is it 3? Means the highest or the biggest value the curve will get is what? 3. So all of the values for the curve is less than يعني 3 and less. 3 is what? Included. Got it? فهمنا هذه القصة؟ فاهم? Are you sure? So when I say something like this, don't forget that. And this number here is 5. Means 5 is what? The least value this curve will get. All the other values will be 5 or more. So be careful. Here, the curve is under the 3. The highest is what? 3. Means the curve, all of it under a 3. Means each number here, if you put any value of x and you get the value of this y, it will be either a 3 or what? Or less. We call it maximum. We call it what? Maximum value. معلش بدي يحكي بس يرفع ايده، ما بحبش الحكي هذا. Yes. We will find the range now. We will find the range, don't worry. Okay, let's find the range and the domain here, but we will write it in set builder or interval as we did before. Okay, now what's the domain for this curve, guys? All real numbers. The domain, notice that this curve covers all x, right? All x. So here, sorry, here the domain is what? Is R, all real number. How we will write it? As set and interval. When I say R, I mean all the numbers, right? All the numbers. I write it as interval. Focus, please. As interval, like this, from negative infinity to positive infinity. And in negative infinity and positive infinity, always open, always parentheses. This is wrong. Okay, I said it's included, right? But do you know the infinity and negative infinity to include them? No. That's why be careful. In negative infinity and positive infinity, there is no bracket like this closed. Always what? Always in negative infinity and positive infinity. In the numbers, different. Got it? Now this is an interval. How about the set builder? We call it set builder. Okay, I can write the domain or like this. I can write the domain as a set. The group or the shortcut of the set, you open and you close, right? As x. This is x, right? And we said x is all the real numbers, right? So x belongs where? This means belongs. belongs to only real number. I can express it in interval like this, and in the domain set builder, we call this set builder. Okay, done, done. This is the domain. How about the range? Look at the range. We said the range, all the range is y, all real number, but should be 3 or less. Not negative infinity to positive infinity, right? Not whole R, مش. So here, what I'll write it as interval, I'll write it as, okay, Mr. Zaid, I'll back to you, just wait. As interval from a 3 to where? From a 3 to negative infinity, right? But we always start from the left to right and from down to up. So I will say from negative infinity to where? To 3. Is it 3 included? Yes. So I will write it like this. From negative infinity, y open, I said a few minutes ago, infinity, negative infinity, always you put parentheses. قوس يعني. تمام? To where? And the 3 is what? Included. Included. Okay? Done? طيب. What? High R, real number. Belongs to. No, this is a shortcut. Belongs to. I say, what's your name? Zaid. Zaid belongs to grade 9. Belongs to. Okay? So this is the interval. Let's talk about the set builder. Look here. The range. All y such that y should be what? Any number, okay, in the range, but this number should be what? Less than or equal mean the maximum, the 3, so all y such that y less than or equal what? 3, and close it. Got it, guys? طيب. غير مكانك. ايش اعمل يعني؟ اوقف من فوق وانزل نزول واكتب يعني ايش اعمل؟ انزل على الارض واجيب ايدي يعني ايش اعمل؟ طيب, again guys, look here to understand it. Here the maximum value for the curve is what? 3. How I know 3? If you take a look, you will have 3 squares here. If you take a look to the book, to your book, okay, you will have 3 squares. Means the maximum point here is a 3. خلاص؟ فاهمين؟ طيب, now the domain and the range, we want to write it in interval and set builder. Before we start with the intervals, we said infinity and negative infinity, we always write it with parentheses, not brackets. This, we call it what? Bracket. This, we call it parentheses. Don't forget. Now, here, x is the domain and y is the range. The curve covers all the values of x, right? So here, the interval for the domain from negative infinity to, don't write from positive infinity to negative infinity. No, we go from left to right for the domain, and for the range from down to up, okay? Fine. Now, for the domain also, I can use the set builder, x such that, يعني which x? X, but which x? X should be where? R belongs to the real numbers. Got it? Right. The range, we said all the values of y, but less than what? 3 or equal to 3. So I can say for interval from negative infinity down until what? 3. 3 is closed because it's included, and the negative infinity, we said that. For the range in set builder, we can say y such that y less than or equal what? 3. Is that clear? طيب I will go to the online students a minute. Yes يا ابني. Any questions for the online students? Put your hands please. معلش ليش تحكي؟ لا مستر I want to see. Just wait. Okay. Any questions for the online students, please? Good. Yes, تفضل. Else? Yes. This one. This one?
The same. The both.
This one?
Yes.
And this one?
No. The whole.
The whole?
Yeah.
Set builder. This we call it interval. انتبهن. هذه ايش بنسميها؟ هذه interval. هذا اسمه set builder. Yes, you can use this in writing your domain or range, unless unless the question asks you, for example, I want the domain in set builder, so you will write the set builder. I want the range in interval, so you will use interval. Otherwise, you can use what you want. Done? لا لحظة شوي بس. تفضل. This one. هذا. هذه. Yep. هلا unlimited, infinity, negative infinity, always we put parentheses, always. Not brackets, not included. Do you know the infinity? How you include something that you don't know it? It's weird, right? It's easy things, guys. But let's take the other one, and I will back to this if you wanna finish writing it, okay? But just to, I need to finish the lesson today. But the other one, yes, Mr. Go, يلا بسرعة. The other one, guys, we have two parts here. The other part in the same check, we have this one. This one. What? Yeah, this is in the same check. Guys, you need to bring books. You need, it's very important to bring books. Yeah, it's very important. I'm not in rush, but it's very important. Okay? Right. Now here, if you take a look to this curve, or this is not a curve, by the way, this is straight line. If you take a curve to this function, let's talk about the domain. The function covers all the x, right? All the real numbers, right? So here the domain, I will do in the same ways, interval and set builder. In the set builder, we can say x such that x belongs where? To all real numbers. In the interval, what I can say, from negative infinity to positive infinity. Same for the range, but I will use what? Y. I will use y, okay? Now, if you take a look to the line covers all the y. There is no minimum or maximum, right? There is no minimum or maximum like the first one. So here the range, I can say, y such that y in R, or from negative infinity to positive infinity. This is the range. Okay? Any problems, guys? Fine. Yes, Habibi. This one, yes, belongs to. Belongs to. Because there, here we have maximum number. Y less than or equal to 3. Yeah, it depends on the situation, not always the same. Here we have maximum number. Got it? But if this is minimum number, what I will write here? Greater than or equal, صح? Depends on the situation. Not always the same. Okay, guys? This one done? Yes, you talk. The previous one you want? The previous one? What you want? Tell me, Ibn. This or this? Which one? This one? But, ماشي. This is the line for the function, right? Is there any minimum or maximum? This arrow, guys, this arrow means what? For infinity up and for infinity down. Means this line covers all the y and all the x, right? Means the domain is all real numbers. This is the domain in set builder, x such that x belongs to R. Or as interval from negative infinity to where? Positive infinity. صح? Same for the range, but for x the domain and the y we use the range only. فهمت؟ Yes, yes. Yep, all real numbers. وين؟ لا عادي عادي اكتبها زي ما انت ار عادي بس capital R not small r. Yes. لا فيش bathroom. Yes. What? The question doesn't want it. It's easy. طيب. Let's go to, I need to do example 7. I'm sorry. By the way, these videos are downloaded with Neuroclassera. You can check if you miss anything, okay? So let's take example 7. And please, if you have book, take a look to example 7 because it's important to see the graph. Here, I will graph it, but not as the book. Got it? So try to use or to see the book as soon as possible. In example 7, guys, also we'll do the range and the domain for these examples. Look here, guys. It's important, really. Guys, look here, I said. Here, -1 or +1, okay? Sorry, -1, -1, and 1 square. And the line started from here. And up from 2, it closed up like this. Okay? معايا انتوا؟ معلش بنسلز داون لانه هذا مكتوب عندك. يعني هذا موجود عندك example. In page 8 حبيبي. I think it's it. Yeah, is it? Just يعني leave your pencils, guys. Just focus with me here. Focus with me, please. Now, what I want to write, I want to write the domain and the range in intervals and set builders, right? Start. Let's start with the domain. The domain here, look, guys. The two parts of the line here, we have two parts, right? Means we have a gap. But here, open circle, and here, closed circle. Open and closed circle. Good. Now let's start with the domain. The domain is all the numbers that less than -1 or greater than or equal to 0. Means from here to here, is there any line over or under that? From -1 to 0. this part here, is there any line over or under it? Means this part here, it's not included. معايا too? Is there colors here? Yeah, this part, see this part? From -1 to 0, is there any line up or over it or down of it? No. Means this part from the R is not included. How I will write it? I'll write it as the domain focus with set builder first. X such that X less than -1. هاي -1 صح؟ Less than -1 or X more than mean 0. ما احنا قلنا هاي between -1 and 0 it's not included. Okay? So X less than -1 and X more than or equal mean 0. Notice that here ايوه. This is the -1 guys. طلع البورد عشان تفهم يا ابني. This is the -1. Down of the -1 I have what here guys? Open circle. That's why I didn't put equal here, right? But in the 0 up, how much the value of the 0? The value of the 0 is 2. And the closed, that's why I put what here? Equal. Means this function is not defined on -1. It is defined on the numbers which are less than -1. Got it? Got it? فهمنا هذه equal or not equal? Open circle, don't put equal. Closed circle, you put equal. This means what? X more than or equal 0. You know that, right? فهمنا الدومين؟ يس زايد. معلش لأنه هذا مرتين صار فيه. زايد.
So, what do you mean with open 0?
Yes, Mr. Talk.
What do you mean with open 0?
This open circle.
Yes.
This open circle means this number up of it. Do you see the book in front of you?
Yes.
Yalla, here we have -1, right, on X?
Yes.
Means this circle, that this line is not defined on this -1. Got it?
Yes.
That's why here I said X less than -1, not X less than or equal -1. There is no equal. But in the 0 at the middle, up we have what over the 0? Closed circle, right? معي انت خليك معي. Closed circle.
Yes.
That's why I put equal here. Got it? Got it?
Yes, mister.
Good boy. Wait, let me finish. Now the set builder or the interval, sorry, look at the interval how I will write it. For the domain. From -infinity to where? To -1, right? Yeah. From -infinity to -1. Is -1 included?
No.
Have circle, open circle.
Mister, can I ask you something? If it's a closed circle, then it's
Wait,
equal.
wait, don't talk without permission, please. Now, this U means union, means both together. And, okay? This and this, okay? Yeah, from 0 to where? To positive infinity, right? 0 to positive infinity. هلا الانفينيتي متفقين parentheses. Is the 0 included? Yes. So the 0 we put it what? Closed. Defined means without equal parentheses, with equal closed. Got it? Type. This is the domain. The range. Let's talk about the range a little bit. The range. Now the range here up and down, right? Yeah. From -1, here -1, right? and here 2. From -1 to 2, do we have any part from the line? When? This is down here, and this is up. Here, there is no one, right? Means there is no values from -1 to 2, right? The values start from 2 up, and from -1, this one down. Check. صح? Yeah. So it is y such that y less than less than -1, sorry, and y more than or equal what? 2. Yeah, it's not included. I didn't. Okay, less than. Hi, in Z builder. How about the interval? The interval. How about the intervals? The interval shortcut. Okay. We said also it's from -infinity to -infinity to where? To -1, and the -1 parentheses mean it is not included, right? Union, U, big U, like this. We said U means and. From 2 to where? Up. From 2 to infinity. And the 2 is included, which is a clause like this one. Okay? Because we have 2 parts here. That's why I have 2 parts. We have gap between them. Got it? Got it? Right. I will. Now look here at the board, please, guys. Look at the board. Now here from in the X, I'm talking about the range هلا. The range only. مش فاهم انتبه كمان مرة بتفهم. I'm talking about the range, so ignore Y. Ignore it.